Y'all, today we need to talk about some gigantic Wiz on console news. And finally, it feels like we haven't had to wait weeks, maybe even months, for an actual update to this topic. This is no small thing, y'all. Officially, as of today, they have launched the official landing site for Wiz on console. So they did this on the 4th of September. I'm recording this on the 5th, so this is literally brand new. But there is now a new website for all things Wiz on console. Now, I thought, obviously, we have to take a look at this. This is very important, y'all. This is the first impression that people are gonna have of Wizard101, because let's not forget, there's no crossplay on Wiz on console, right? They've already said this. What this really means is, yes, it's a bummer for people that currently play on PC, but their main target audience, new players that either have only heard of Wiz or have literally never played Wiz. This is their first impression. By the way, gotta be honest, this is literally kicking in the ass the official Wiz website. They got like that whole launcher image, but they got like some animated ass magic in the back. Way better looking than the official website. But also in big bold text right away, it tells you that this is already on Xbox. Now, their game preview is their beta version, but they're basically on stage 3 of 4 stages, I want to say. Maybe even 3 stages if you know, interpret differently. They're basically almost done with Wizard101 on beta on Xbox. And as y'all can see, they also have a coming soon for Switch, PlayStation. If you click on these, it brings you to the official announcement of console that they did like a year ago. But that's not all. You know, I think they're realizing that the first impression is so important. This is a full-blown website. They got a whole like official trailer. I don't even know when this dropped. They got some like bomb-ass music. Mo Ambrose narrating. Now keep in mind, I think they chose very realistically to just choose a bunch of areas with updated graphics. I don't know if y'all can tell, not a single one of the things that they put in this clip looks dumb. Like, this is all like updated graphics. Honestly, looks really cool. Gives you a good idea of the way that they've actually modernized the game. It doesn't stop there. They also have like a very interactive, I can't believe they've done all of this. They have like this little interactive ass thing where you can go through all the worlds in the first hour. I'm geeking over this, y'all. If we had this for Wiz on PC, there's a real chance that the first impression alone would have driven more people to this game, even more than originally. But yeah, they give you like an overview. They even have like little videos that showcase like, I guess, like what the game's all about, like a little overview of the spell deck, how the combat system works, which I think is like a very nice thing to have, because you don't really know these things from the normal commercials that we're used to. And I like this, right? This is really a focus on combat, story, and teaming up with friends, which really is what Wiz is all about. Even their little schools of magic panels, right? These look way more full-fledged than anything we've ever seen before. It gives you a very good idea of how diverse the game actually is. And finally, they got like all the side systems, you know, like using the same icons in the game, but they look much better. They do not look janky like I would have expected. A very good showcase of the game for any prospective Wiz on console player, and the holy grail of features. Finally, we have an email that we can sign up with. They have a whole section for this, so if you want any updates, I'm gonna assume on anything Wiz on console, finally, you don't have to be in the official Discord. You don't even have to rely on me to cover this for a video to use this feature. I'm gonna assume now, if y'all care about this, which I'm gonna assume anyone watching this is, go to their website, put in your name and email and all of that. They'll update you on any single thing I think they do that's like significant for Wiz on console. When they do their official launch, which is very soon for Switch and PlayStation, that email will let you know. Now, believe it or not, this is not the only piece of info that we have that's new regarding Wiz on console. Literally this week, we actually had like a state of the game's address from Professor Falmea, if you don't know her. Now, there's actually a lot in this video, but I was very surprised to see them do something they never do. They actually said, they gave us a timeline. We are officially in the final stretch of Wiz on console. Now, why is this important? They're not allowed to say stuff like this unless it's actually somewhat accurate, because at the end of the day, they're very accountable for their words, especially on timeline. I believe that we're in the final stretch from this much more than believing that we're in the final stretch because of the free membership stage 3 part of the Wizard101 beta on Xbox. I have a feeling that we're going to be expecting this official launch probably by the end of this year. I could be wrong. This could obviously be speculation. I just don't think that they would have timed them saying the final launch a few days before the official launch of a whole new website for any new Wiz on console player, unless we were right about there. Now, Wiz also had a pretty eventful week where they actually went to PAX. They apparently revealed some extra info regarding Wiz on console to the press, but that's like a scoop thing. So we might actually have even more updates on this based on the most recent opportunity that they've had, which is PAX. This happened like maybe 2 days ago. We'll see what they told the press or whoever was there. I'm gonna assume that we're gonna know a little bit more about maybe the actual launch date, maybe the payment model. But yeah, the fact that there is new info out there, this is from someone that does work at KingsIsle, that was at PAX, that was giving the press some info. There is definitely more info out there that we're not even aware of right now. But even outside of the vagueness with their comments with PAX, there is something that happened at PAX that I'm really honestly excited about, because I was a little bit worried about it at this point. I don't know if y'all know, right? They are doing this thing that's like a spin-off of Wizard101. It's basically this thing called Ravenwood Academy, and it's just basically it's this thing where it's like a spin-off, it's story-based. But now, if you've had this on your wish list, there's some new visuals that they've added for those people, and this little new updated Dalia Falmea, I think some people were freaking out about it. I like it. They teased that she might have been a death student, so you know, that aesthetic, I feel like it kind of shows here. That was all the way back from the 5 Boxes event, God knows how long ago, but I do think it's actually true to the universe, believe it or not. I don't think they're retconning any part of an existing character. But yeah, this is supposed to be like a story-based game. Maybe something mysterious apparently is happening in Ravenwood. Obviously not featuring our wizard, somebody else, probably earlier since Dalia's young. I don't know what they're gonna do in terms of adding to the lore that we already have, but it is a different genre in some ways, with mostly the storytelling that makes Wiz so special intact. But they also did have a demo at PAX, so we officially know that they're a lot further along in development there. I have a feeling they're lining up all of these major things, right? Wiz on console, Ravenwood Academy, the gigantic Darkmoor update that does, yes, seem gigantic, right? An update with a brand new world with the level cap increase and an entire revamp of Shad Magic that involves fusion. That's all we know about Darkmoor, and that's not even starting with the fact that it's actually establishing a new arc. It's weird. I thought that they couldn't really do more with one update because of how big the Salinopolis update actually felt. There was a lot of new things that they added, including a retexture of Krakatopia, right? But it almost seems like they're taking some of the effort into like maybe making a full-fledged update to Wiz by one, releasing it on console, which could only be good for the game, and also working on a spin-off. If they're making an official launch of all of those things, the big takeaway might be the holidays might be lit, y'all. I did just want to make this video because I feel like there's a lot of info on this. I don't think they would be doing all of this unless things were about to come out. I think this feels very different from how stagnant I kind of feel like the news and the updates around even things like Ravenwood Academy, but especially Wiz on console were. So hopefully y'all excited. Check out that website if y'all haven't. Definitely, if you want to know when this stuff is gonna officially launch, definitely sign up for that little like email notification. But I'd love to hear y'all's thoughts. What do y'all think of the Wiz on console website? Do you guys think it's a good first impression? What would you improve on it? And another maybe unrelated question, do y'all think they should do this to the official Wiz website? Because goddamn, it feels like looking at two different things. Let me know what y'all are excited about. Wiz on console, Ravenwood Academy. Stay awesome, y'all. See y'all soon. And yeah, y'all.